Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make this Kevin Durant build on NBA 2K24. This build is an insane 6'10" shot creator that can shoot from limitless range and dribble like a guard. But with all of that out of the way, man, let me show you guys how to make this build. I'm going to give you guys the jump shot that I'm using, all the best badges that you need on this build. And speaking of badges, NBA 2K Labs has this awesome free feature on this site that allows you to check every single attribute threshold that you need for every single badge in the game. And although this is a free feature, I highly recommend that you get their premium subscription service so you can get access to all of their jump shot data, as well as Koza's Dribble Academy, which is where you can get in-depth dribble tutorials on NBA2KLabs.com. And to top it all off, you can use my code Joey to get 20% off at checkout. All right, so now let's take a look at this build. You can actually make this build at small forward or power forward, but you're going to want to go with the height of 6'10", weight 200 pounds, which is minimum weight. I actually ended up going with a 6'10" wingspan. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, oh, but KD has a bigger wingspan than 6'10". He has like 7'5", 7'6" wingspan. Listen to me. The builder is limited this year. If you want to get really good shooting badges, if you want to get really good ratings on your build, when it comes to that shooting area, you need to have a minimum wingspan. And I'll show you guys why in just a minute. But first, we're going to start with the finishing. All right, so we're going to start things out with an 80 driving dunk. That's going to get you a bunch of pretty decent dunk packages on this build. An 80 driving layup, which is going to get you Pro Touch on Hall of Fame, Scooper on Gold, Float Game on Gold. So you can hit some floaters, scoop layups, and you can time them well since you have Hall of Fame Pro Touch. And then the big thing on this build, we're going to get that 85 post control, which is going to get us post fade phenom on Hall of Fame. And that's going to be really nice with this build because we're also going to have a maxed midi, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's take a look at the finishing though. But yeah, no, even though the finishing is definitely one of the weaker parts of this build, you're going to be able to finish at the rim without any issue. Look at us comboing up on the KD build, hit him with the spin lay. We kind of didn't really time that super well, but it was wide open, so the green meter was huge. I got to get used to those layup timings. And again, you could dunk when you're open. All right, so now let's take a look at the shooting on this build. You're going to get a 93 mid-range shot. We'll talk about that mid-range shot in just a minute, but we're also going to get an 86 three-point shot, which is going to get you aged threes on silver as well as bronze limitless range. A 71 free throw, which is going to get us that free throw badge on bronze. But now let's jump back to that midi, okay? Now, the reason that we maxed out the midi on this build is because you could only really get super good shooting badges on tall builds like this with upgrading your midi. On this build, we get Hall of Fame catch and shoot, gold deadeye, gold blinders, pretty much every single shooting badge you can imagine on either gold or Hall of Fame since we max out our mid-range. Gonna get Midi Magician Hall of Fame, Space Creator on gold. Like, you're just going to have so many badges on gold or Hall of Fame when this build is eventually maxed out just because you upgraded that mid-range rating. Now let's take a look at some of these shooting highlights, and this is the one for the intro. Look at this. We're comboing up. We're using a lot of KD animations with this, and right here we're getting the ankle breaker. We're gonna hit him with the quick stop from limitless range. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, that shooting takeover is absolutely insane because it is literally a combination of shot take and sharp take from last year. So it is perfect for this type of stretch big Kevin Durant type of build. You can get ankle breaker, shoot from limitless range. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the jump shot that I am using on this build is pretty freaking solid as well. I'm gonna show you guys which jump shot I'm using at the end of this shooting segment. And when it comes to dribble pull-ups, we're using basic. Unfortunately, the Kevin Durant fade is not out just yet, so hopefully we'll get that on season 2, and that will really maximize the potential of this build because, as you guys know from last year, you can really shoot over people with that Kevin Durant fade. And again, quick stop. And again, man, you got to step up when somebody's using a build like this. You can actually quick stop pretty freaking well on this game this year. And again, the mini fades are still going to be hitting though for sure. Even though we don't have Kevin Durant fade yet, don't have Kevin Durant hop jumper, we're still hooping out here and looking like KD. Look at the moves, man. And again, the quick stops are just crazy. And I'm shooting from limitless range with only bronze limitless. Like, this build is insane. Now take a look at this right here. I didn't even know this was a thing. We're going to green this shot right here, and we're going to get this nice little achievement. Look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at this pop up real quick. Xbox achievement. It's easy being green. Make 10 perfect release shots in a single game. Now, I could not have shown you guys all of those really good shooting highlights without giving y'all the jump shot that I am using. The base on this jump shot is going to be Kevin Durant. It's the new pro play Kevin Durant jump shot, and it's super fast this year. And then speaking of fast, this jump shot is going to get an A+ release speed because we're using a Jaren Jackson Jr. upper release, which is the fastest upper release for bigs in the game. And then we're going to blend that with Tim Duncan to add a little bit of release height as well as defensive immunity. And you can see the grades on the bottom right there. A, timing stability from the KD base, A+ release speed, B+ defensive immunity, and a B release height. Overall, this jump shot is absolutely insane. And this is why we upgraded our mid-range as well. All right, so now taking a look at the playmaking, we're going to get a 77 pass accuracy, which is enough for silver break starter, as well as bronze needle threader, which are very nice things to have on this type of build. We're going to get a 76 ball control, which is going to get us all the dribble sigs that you can unlock at a 75 ball control. You could go with just a 75, but I just like having an extra ball handle rating when I can always get it. And then when it comes to the speed with ball, we're going to go with a 70, which is going to get you pro dribble style on this build. You can go up to 72, which is where where this build maxes out at when it comes to speed with ball, but I don't really think it's super necessary. But yeah, no, again, man, this build is pretty simple when it comes to the playmaking. You can make passes. You can make pretty decent passes across the court. 77 pass accuracy does not feel that slow at all. Look at this, kicking it out to the corner for the easy open catch and shoot. And again, man, you're going to be able to make some pretty decent passes in the half-court set. You're not an elite playmaker with like an 87 pass accuracy or anything, but the 77 is definitely going to do its work. All right, so now when it comes to the defense on this build, we're going to get a 74 interior defense, which is going to get you post-move lockdown on bronze, an 82 perimeter defense, which will get you challenger on silver, a 72 steal, which is going to get you all the major stealing badges on bronze, so interceptor, right stick, ripper, and glove all on bronze, a 78 block, which is going to get you bronze anchor, as well as silver chase down artist, as long as you upgrade your vertical to a 74. And then when it comes to the rebounding, we're going to go with a 77 defensive rebound, which will get you bronze rebound chaser, as well as silver box out beast. Now, I don't have many defensive clips on this build just yet because all of the gameplay from this video is literally from just 2 games, because I really wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. But again, man, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this build is feeling really insane on offense, and you can definitely still play some pretty decent defense on this build. And then when it comes to the physicals, really quickly, I just want to go over a couple things. 78 speed, 71 acceleration, 74 strength. With that 74 strength, you're gonna get bulldozer on bronze, movable enforcer on bronze, physical handles on gold, which is very nice to have on this type of build. It's gonna allow you to just basically kind of just win through bump animations and stuff like that. It's very similar to bulldozer. And then when it comes to the vertical, again, 74 to get that chase down artist on silver. And then we're gonna have a 99 stamina on this build. But yeah, no, overall, this build is just going to be really insane on the offensive end. And then defensively, it is more than enough than what you need to play really good defense on this build. That 82 perimeter defense is actually going to do some pretty great stuff, even though you do not get clamps on this build because you are 6'10". I don't know why that is like that. I don't know what's so scary about people taller than 6'9" being able to get clamps. That's a completely different argument for a different day. So now this build is pretty much complete, and when you get out of the my player build, you're going to get the player comparisons of, drum roll please, Kiki Vanderweg, Jason Tatum, and Jaden McDaniels. If you do make this build at the power forward position, you will most likely get the Kevin Durant player comparisons, and you see we get the build name 3-level threat, which is actually a pretty cool name. It is a new name that they added this year. I don't know what gets you the name 3-level threat, but overall, like the name, love this build. It's going to be absolutely insane in the mid-range area, especially once we get access to all of our animations that we really like to have on this build. But that's going to be pretty much it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the build if you end up making it, and comment down below in the comments what build you guys want me to make next. I'm definitely leaning towards making a post-score type of build, maybe something like Nikola Jokic. I think with how the mid-range scoring is this year and how the post fades are looking on this year's game, I definitely want to make a build that is like that. But again, man, comment down below what you guys want. Also, one other thing really quickly, I'm seeing how these really big builds are moving, and I kind of want to make a 7'3" minimum wingspan stretch, but we'll see if that happens. But that's it, man. Bye.